So Nintendo is finally addressing the Joy-Con drift issue, conveniently after a lawsuit has been filed against them. Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
So I just did a video on this a few days ago, but Joy-Con drift is a big deal. I personally haven't experienced it, but I know people personally that have, and it's a problem. And what drift is, I used to get this issue a lot on my 360 controllers. A lot of you said you didn't, but I did. I mean, numerous controllers too. Is when you're using the analog sticks, or I guess you could call them nubs, on the Nintendo Switch, and after you stop moving the analog nub, your player still moves slightly in a certain direction. Like if you're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild and you have Link walking, after you stop moving Link in that direction, he still keeps tiptoeing that way. That's drift. That means that the controller is still registering a movement even though you're not moving the analog stick. And like I said in my previous video, this has been an issue for years and Nintendo hasn't said a damn thing about it. There's even been a Reddit post where someone was complaining about their Joy-Cons that got up to almost at 28,000 upvotes, which that's insane. That means a lot of people are also experiencing the same thing. And like I said in my other video too, this guy has 8 Joy-Cons and only 2 left ones don't drift. That's insane. And it's not even like a set of them work properly, it's just 2 left ones. The rest of his Joy-Cons have drift issues. That's really, really bad. And also, like I said, Chemicals, Schwartz, Kreiner, and Donaldson Smith is a law firm that has filed a class action lawsuit against Nintendo for the Joy-Con drift issue. Well, Nintendo is finally giving in, and probably because they're being sued. It always takes a lawsuit and money being taken from someone's pockets to actually have them take action. An internal memo was actually received by Vice Games from an anonymous source that works at Nintendo saying that, yeah, they're going to address the Joy-Con issue, and this is what Nintendo is going to do. This is coming from that internal document. Customers will no longer be requested to provide proof of purchase for Joy-Con repairs. Additionally, it is not necessary to confirm warranty status. If a customer requests a refund for a previously paid Joy-Con repair, confirm the prior repair and then issue a refund. And also, Nintendo too will no longer charge customers for Joy-Con repairs because they know the drift issue is a problem. So if you have Joy-Cons and they're drifting, just go to Nintendo's support website and they will fix them for free, even if they're technically out of warranty. Now, of course, this source that spoke to Vice Games asked to remain anonymous because Nintendo does not like people talking about their internal processes. So we're not going to find out who it is, but I believe this. I believe Nintendo is trying to damage control now with a pending lawsuit against them, and they want to try to make the issue right. Now, what Nintendo is telling customer service reps to do if someone calls and says their Joy-Cons have the drift issue is to try to walk them through some steps that may resolve the drift issue, but if that doesn't work, they'll issue a repair for the Joy-Cons at no charge, even if they're out of the warranty period. Now, at first, even with this lawsuit, Nintendo was, as people were saying, radio silent, but almost right after everything went down and this whole Joy-Con drift issue blew up, Nintendo released a statement to publications, and this is what they had to say. At Nintendo, we take great pride in creating quality products and we are continuously making improvements to them. We are aware of recent reports that some Joy-Con controllers are not responding correctly. We want our customers to have fun with Nintendo Switch, and if anything falls short of this goal, we always encourage them to visit support.nintendo.com so we can help. Now, this seems to be the corporate formula when there are inherent hardware flaws with a console or a piece of hardware. Now, am I saying this is big and as disastrous as the Red Ring of Death on the 360? No, but even if it's 5% or 10% of Switch owners that are dealing with this, there's about 35 million sold Switches out there, probably a lot more than that now, and that's still a lot of people that are unhappy with their Switch. So yeah, Nintendo needed to address this, and the reason why they probably wanted to stay so silent is because they didn't want to scare people away from the console. I always remember back when you think to the 360 and the Red Ring of Death. Do you realize, I didn't even realize, I thought it was 50%. Looking up stuff for this video, do you realize that the original 360, before they fixed the Red Ring of Death issue, had a 54.2% failure rate? So you had over a 50% chance of your console dying, your 360 dying. And, you know, there was a lot of radio silence from Microsoft for a real long time with that. And when they finally said they had to come forward, yeah, they extended the warranty of the 360, they offered free repairs, and they had to do a lot of damage control, but they were afraid to say something at first because they were afraid it would scare people away from the 360 console. So this isn't... all companies react like this. I don't agree with it. I think they should address it right away to make the customer feel like they're appreciated. But sometimes they're like, oh man, if we address this, if we address the red ring of death, if we address this Joy-Con drift, people might be afraid to buy our console. So let's make sure it's a real big thing first, and then we'll finally address it. So again, I don't know if it's a red ring of death caliber issue. I don't think it is. But obviously, the Joy-Con drift thing is big enough that Nintendo is now offering free repairs, which they should do. And it shouldn't have taken a lawsuit for them to do it. People have been complaining about this for years. It's been a known issue for quite a while. Why it took them to be painted into a corner to finally say something about it and address it is beyond me, but welcome to the corporate world. It's more about the dollars than about actually keeping customers happy, and Nintendo is just as guilty as any other corporation out there. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.